Well, hello, class. I thought before you get into week two's question, some of you may have already attempted to answer it. I would offer a little bit in the lines of helping you with that particular question. And the question itself deals with dead weight loss and equilibrium regarding marginal benefit and competitive type of equilibriums. So, what I thought I would go over with you is knowing that going back actually to producer surplus and what it means. Supply curves are going to show the willingness of firms to supply a product at all different types of prices. So firms will supply an additional cost of a product only if they receive a price equal to the additional cost of producing that unit, and that would be the marginal cost. I know I'm going backwards a little bit, but this will help you answer the question that's coming up regarding dead weight loss. So know that marginal cost is the additional cost to a firm of producing one more unit of a good or service. So often, the marginal cost of producing a good increases as more of the good is produced during a given period of time. Producer surplus is the difference between the lowest price a firm or a producer would be willing to accept for a good or service and the price it actually receives. So that's important, okay? The total amount of producer surplus in a market is going to be equal to the area that's above the market supply curve and below the market price. So when you're talking about consumer surpluses and producer surpluses, consumer surpluses are going to measure the net benefits to consumers from participating in a particular market rather than the total benefit. All right? So producer surplus is going to measure the net benefit received by producers from participating in a similar market. Now, that's where equilibrium really comes in. So when you're talking about, and this is leading to the question that you're working with, the efficiency of competitive markets, then a competitive market is a market that's going to have many buyers and many sellers in it. An advantage of a market system is that it results in efficient economic outcomes. For example, marginal benefit equals marginal cost in competitive equilibrium. So equilibrium in a competitive market results in the economically efficient level of the outputs, where marginal benefit equals marginal cost. Okay, so we will be at equilibrium at that point. So consumer economic surplus is the sum of consumer surplus and also producer surplus together. All right, so again, economic surplus is the sum of consumer surplus and producer surplus added up. In competitive markets that are going to have many buyers and many sellers and no government restrictions, economic surplus is at a maximum when the market is at equilibrium. So when we talk about dead weight loss, here it is, drum roll. When the price of a good is above the equilibrium price, economic surplus is going to be less than it would be at the equilibrium price. Therefore, there would be a dead weight loss, which is going to be the reduction in economic surplus resulting from a market not being in competitive equilibrium. All right? So, again, consumer surplus as it relates to economic efficiency is going to measure the benefit to consumers from buying a particular product, and where producer surplus is going to measure the benefit to firms or producers from selling a particular product. So equilibrium that's in a competitive market results in the greatest amount of what? Of economic surplus, okay? Or the total net benefit to society as a whole. All right? And now, from the production of goods and services, we now lead to economic efficiency, whereas economic efficiency is going to be a market outcome in which the market benefit to consumers of the remember, we're at the margin. So a benefit to consumers of the last unit that is going to be produced is going to be equal to its marginal cost of production. Okay, so that's important. The marginal cost of production, and in which the sum of consumer surplus and producer surplus now is going to be at a maximum. So hopefully this helps you answer the next question. Have a wonderful week. And one participative discussion, and then we're into elasticity for week 6. Have a great weekend, guys.